Yes, that is the title I went with. And where did I put my phone? There it is. I need that. Alright, well, we're live, so the link should come up.
Uh, where? Where should the link go?
Well, on
I have
our
to search for
actual
it.
YouTube account.
Okay, I'm going to search for it.
Oh yeah, I just got a notification.
There you go. See? We're live.
Small talks.
See if I can. Here it is.
Listen to
Yeah, because I like to watch the chat as it's happening when there is chat.
I do usually pull it up on my computer.
I don't think anyone's here yet, so there's that. Yeah. We are alone. Concurrent viewers 1? Is anyone on?
That's me.
That's you. Okay.
It's so sad.
That's fine. I'm not expecting much of a turnout for this because it was last minute.
It's like Monday morning for some of these kids, so they're going to school.
Yeah, Star was so mad.
Well, too bad. We're busy.
We are. But we're having a good time, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty busy that Friday evening, so. But when did
Friday evening was crazy. Oh my god. Hi, Eleanor. Oh, love Eleanor. Always here for us.
So reliable.
Right?
Let us know that the audio is working properly because we've got a different setup this time. I don't know why this hasn't updated. Eleanor's here. It's not saying. Alright, we're just giving it a couple minutes to see if anyone else shows up. That's it. And also refreshing my memory. I
have to refresh my memory because it's been a bit since I read this chapter.
It was literally an hour ago.
I read it the day it came out.
I forgot.
That's the last time I read it.
I was busy. Thanks, Eleanor. Alright, it's working. Everything's... audio is functional. Kathy, are you alive still? That's important.
I'm alive and well.
Oh, good.
Good.
Okay, now it's picking it up. Alright, chat, wait, concurrent viewers. Here we are. We're remembering the chapter now?
Yeah. It was really fun.
This was a fun chapter. I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time with it.
It was fun. The whole interaction between baby Nene and Tsukasa, child and younger child. That was great.
I don't remember talking about the chapter title last time. It's mismatched, according to this, which I love. Because it's part 2, so it had the same title last time, but I don't think we brought it up.
Yeah.
They're doing this a lot these days. The part 2s and the part 1s.
Yeah, well, I get it. You know, when you've got an overarching story, you don't want to come up with a new title each and every time. As someone who comes up with a new title every time we do a podcast,
God,
I understand.
Titles are impossible.
I understand.
Coming up with titles for fanfics is... Oh my god.
Oh, that was hard. I'm so proud of my one fanfiction. It's really good.
I usually just resort to, like, song lyrics as a title.
I mean, that works too. Especially if you're writing fanfiction. Yeah. That works perfectly.
I've thought of that before. Well, I don't already have to think about titles or anything now that I think about it.
Well, there you go. So you're lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're not expecting much of a turnout, and we have Eleanor here. That's like
good enough.
That's important.
All we need.
Yep. Shall we just jump into it? Other people will pop in. Artie was talking about popping in later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let me text Brandy to see if we can try to get the numbers up.
Tell Brandy the algorithm.
Tell him to get his ass on here.
Yes, help stimulate the YouTube algorithm. But should we? I don't even think we need to introduce ourselves to Eleanor.
I don't think we need to introduce. No, we don't need to introduce ourselves to Eleanor. I'm assuming you know who we are at this point, Eleanor.
I know.
If you don't, we can do the introductions. It's an option.
All right. So I'm just going to go ahead with the summary then.
Go for it.
All right. So this chapter, Mismatched Part 2, it has a nice little cover here with Tsukasa holding baby Nene. Desires of baby Nene looks extremely frustrated with her current situation.
She's so mad a lot.
As we remember last chapter, she was turned into a baby by some time-eating owls, mechanical owls in the number one's boundary that they're currently in right now and trying to find the Yorishiro so that they can destroy it. One of them is very unwilling to destroy the Yorishiro because they will die. But with that, we will get into the chapter.
I love how committed they are to making Nene actually act like a toddler in this chapter.
It worked out well. But so we have Tsukasa hopping around here, and he's just admiring all the gears and the gears and more gears. I don't really know where they're going, but he just sees gears and birds, and he just out here looking for the Yorishiro as much as he can. But he keeps hearing this ticking sound, and he doesn't know where it's coming from. But I mean, it is the number one's boundary, so you can't expect to hear ticking sounds.
It's literally clock based, and he's like, "Where's that ticking sound coming from?"
Exactly.
I would just be like, "Why wouldn't there be ticking sound?"
Exactly. But yeah, but then we get a stark reminder that there is another individual here. It's literally getting bags under his eyes, dealing with Nene and her crying. She does not want to be here.
I
At
love
least
his
holding
face.
her
That
by
is
her
my
leg.
face when there are toddlers in the room.
I understand. Actually being relatable for once.
I know, right?
I know, right? This is the first time I'm able to relate to Tsukasa in the whole series. Like, trust me. But he's holding Nene by the foot, as we do.
You know, I hold children like that too. You're right.
That's how you're supposed to hold a child.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Nene, oh my god, the hamster shirt is so cute. But yeah, Tsukasa's remind them of the deal. You lost, so you have to destroy the Yorishiro. At least it didn't tear her apart. From like he mentioned before, I prefer this outcome.
He didn't actually tear her arm off. Point Tsukasa, yeah. I guess.
His face in that pillow.
Yeah, when she said you kidnapped her, dummy, I hate you.
His face is so funny in that panel. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, just a little cheese.
But he says you're so annoying, so it's time to fight out. He's doing that thing that Itachi did to what was it, Sasuke? It is like when he was dying. But yeah, he was about to go to sleep. And she dodged that somehow. I don't know how she dodged that.
Nene has skills.
I love that. Yeah, she remembers what that does after having had that done to her twice. Mm-hmm. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm dodging your ass.
She dodges all of it and then punches him. Like
she dodges it. She does it by moving her head forward, which I don't understand how the physics work because she should have hit the arm if she dodged it forward. Whatever. And she keeps
we don't need to worry about the physics.
Yeah, that's anime logic there, anime physics. And then she punched the hell out of Tsukasa. I was like, oh, you're done. You're done. All right.
Punched right in the face.
Tsukasa is absolutely baffled.
It's so funny.
Oh, just his look of like, what? What?
I mean, it probably doesn't hurt, right? But she's saying that it doesn't make any sense. I destroyed your shoe because I'll die. And Tsukasa tries squeezing her cheeks as she bites his hand, which is just that was the funniest panel to me.
I really love how much she's fighting him right now, though. Like literally, squirming, dodging, punching, biting. It's like Nene will not go quietly.
Mm-hmm. But she's saying, I hate you. Tsukasa's like, oh, this would be so much easier if you were just Mitsuba. And he says as well, it's a panel saying, Mitsuba, don't cry. And he's just like, okay. And he
I love the
stops
like
crying.
threat in parentheses. Don't cry, threat.
Threat. Like, look, I know. I'd be scared too.
But Tsukasa, I like the fact that Tsukasa is getting a taste of his own medicine dealing with a child. But the thing is,
He kind of
we,
is, isn't he?
Yeah.
uh-huh. But he's never babysitted anyone before, as he's explaining now. So he's wondering what did his mom used to do with him that he actually
Good. Who
liked
would
him?
hire Tsukasa as a babysitter? Oh my
Horrible
god.
idea. Kid's dead.
Yeah.
Limbs ripped off.
He gets back. Oh, they just weren't behaving. We were playing a game. They lost.
So I took their arm. That was the deal.
Everything has a price.
The price was their arm. Because they lost rock, paper, scissors.
But it's Tsukasa looks up and he sees the owl feeding or playing with its kids, and he's like, "Oh, babies, huh?" And then he comes to the conclusion that every child loves heights, which I don't think is a right conclusion that you should come to. But I think we should also appreciate the fact that he literally like captured the owl, and the owl is doing this against its will.
I think
But
there was specifically a scientific study done, like one of those really iffy psychological studies where they do things they're not supposed to, where they tested if kids had a sense of like had a fear of heights from the time they're born, and found that they did. That actually
Wow.
that's an
Oh my
innate
God.
thing.
I mean, that makes sense.
so, well, I mean, let's rephrase what he's saying. Every kid loves heights. That needs to rephrase. Like, Tsukasa loves heights.
Tsukasa sure does.
She's like, I'm a kid and I love heights, so every kid loves heights.
But they're flying all over the place. They're zooming. They're whooshing. All those sound effects thingies.
Big dot eyes.
And then he's dizzy when he asks if she's having fun, and surprisingly she is, right? And
Actually, it's basically he's turned it into a roller coaster. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
so they're having fun, and then Tsukasa gets bored.
Oh my gosh.
And
Tsukasa gets
why is he bored? Why is he bored and fed up and tired? Because they need jumping around. And you know, kids have too much energy. She has too much energy for Tsukasa. Tsukasa's a kid, so.
No, I totally get it though. You know, you do one fun thing with a toddler for
And they
like
want
2
more.
minutes, and then you try to put them down because you're dying, and then they're like, again, let's do it again, let's do it again. Come on, one more, let's go again. Until eventually you're just splatted on the floor, and you're a blob of just exhaustion, and then they're still climbing on your back, going, again.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with kids much.
My niece and nephew.
But yeah, he's just done. So he says, "Hakujora, take off for me." Hakujora is sweating, right? That's the second time I've seen these things sweat, but they do.
Every now and then they get nervous.
And then Nene, well, after torturing Hakujora, it seems that this is torture. She started to hear some music playing, and we look over and Tsukasa's singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, way up high. That whole lullaby that we learned when we were in school or
In
whatever.
school? You learned that in school?
I don't know if kids these days do, but I watched a movie, and it was there. Maybe it was Wizard of Oz.
I watched The Wizard of Oz like a proper Disney child who was born in the 90s.
I didn't.
I didn't, but the song was pretty popular. I really don't know if kids these days know this song. But Sagasa said he learned it in school, and he doesn't remember how the next verse goes. So Nene, she's literally doing like a whole Wizard of Oz play, right? So she would know. And
of course she would know.
She finishes the song. They have a moment where, we all forget that Tsukasa is like a freak,
It's
a
psychotic,
psychopathic freak
terrifying.
It's cute for a second.
that
It really is.
wants to tear off Nene's arms and has literally kidnapped her and then kissed her in front of her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, I
Or
remember
whatever.
all of that. That all happened.
Yeah, for a moment we forget that, right? And they're singing, they're having a little moment, and it's cute.
It's a
And
sweet
Nene,
moment. It's a sweet
yes,
moment.
she is.
Yes.
And she eventually falls asleep. And Tsukasa is saying he doesn't know kids, which is ironic. He doesn't get kids. But he decides, we're just going to go back to doing what we're doing, which is find Yoroshirum. And he hears the tick, 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 tock sound that they heard, like, at the start of the chapter. And he says, you know what? This noise, what is this? And he realized ticking of a clock, which, I mean, that should be the first guess.
Going back for a sec, I love the way he picks up sleeping Nene.
Like a cat.
But like a cat by the sweater. Like, I'll just pick the child up like this. This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's also how I pick children up.
Yeah.
When I'm picking them up by the foot.
But this huge hammer crashes into where they were, but Tsukasa manages to dodge it.
Because he's Tsukasa, and why wouldn't he?
Because he's Tsukasa, yeah. He notices it and it keeps going after him. We don't know who's wielding the hammer yet, but they're just dodging it. Like they're like 5-6 panels here of him just dodging the hammer. And eventually he grabs the creature by its face. I love how he grabs
the creature.
Right. The creature. What is Tsukasa and just automatically face smashing the first? Yeah. Why does he do that?
That's weird.
I know, right? But yeah. So he realizes that ticking sound is actually coming from Mirai, and Mirai then uses the hammer again and taps them, and it leaves this. I don't know what that is. Oh, a stamp. It's and it says guilty. I'm just seeing that.
You had to think about what a stamp was?
No, I had to think about what it's saying. I don't know Japanese, so.
Okay.
I'm just seeing the translation notes. But yeah, it says guilty. And it's unfortunate that Nene is guilty too. Like that's kind of sad. Because I don't know what's going to happen. But something's going to happen regarding this next chapter.
Well, Nene being stamped guilty, I thought was actually interesting because that made me wonder, right? Is she stamping them because they've invaded the boundary? What she says is... Oh, where does she say it? Here we go. You two messed around with the school's time. That's what she's accusing them of. And if we think about it, we know Nene has time traveled. Mm-hmm. For a fact. So is she saying that Tsukasa has too? That they've, like, actually messed with time? Is she alluding to more than just them, like, what's happening right now? That's what I'm curious about.
Maybe.
But apparently she's a judge. She's no vidette.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she says that I'm the one who holds the second highest position in the clock keepers. Which, that's evident. But, and she's a guardian of the time. She's a guardian that resides over the future, which is something we know. But yeah, she basically explains you messed around school time and meddling with flow of time for no justifiable reason. What naughty kids you are. And she also says that because of their misdeeds, they will be judged in the court of law.
You will be brought to justice in our court of law.
This Mirai is so much cooler than the one that was in the original Clockkeeper's arc.
I know, right? Like, where did this Mirai come from?
The Clockkeeper's arc, she was just literally just chasing around some candy and just touching people and turning them old for no reason, just for funsies.
And now she's just kind of badass.
Right? Yeah.
Like, she's so cool.
Like, actually useful, too.
And I'm glad that they brought her back first.
Yeah.
Of the two clock keepers that we haven't seen in this arc.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Is the old guy, I don't know. The old guy's cool and all, but I want to see
he's going to be the final boss. gonna be the final boss.
He's
So.
gonna be the final boss, yeah.
Yeah.
But Eleanor, really? What was it? Just I wasn't looking in the main theories channel.
Wait, really?
What was going on?
Oh my
Were
god.
people? Oh wow. It's amazing that people can just forget that Tsukasa is a
Forget that,
villain.
I don't know, everything that Tsukasa's done.
Everything that happened, and then all of a sudden it's like,
All is forgiven.
but he's a pretty singer, so
He sings pretty. And
He sings
sung
pretty.
With Nene.
he sung with Nene, and he
That was
like
so
watched
cute.
her for a minute.
All
while
is
murdering
forgiven,
her.
right?
How
This
adorable!
is Tsukasa's what is it? Redemption arc. Definitely.
Tsukasa's redemption arc. I want to know. There was a Tsukasa apologist.
Ah, yes, I'm reading now. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm not even gonna look. I'm not sure I want to know. Guys, let's all remember.
I don't think he's worse than Hanako or Terry.
What?
Let's all remember that
Wow.
Tsukasa is crazy. Greatly
Yes,
enjoys
thank you very much.
causing suffering.
Thank you very much.
Threatens people so easily, and he means it 100%.
Yeah. I mean, sure, he isn't, I don't think he's, like, intentionally trying to be evil, but that doesn't make him not evil, you know?
Well, you know, the true evil characters don't actually believe that they're evil.
Yeah.
That's what makes them evil. They think they're good. They think there's nothing wrong with what they're doing.
Yeah, this person is
but Tsukasa just wants the place to be free and fair, right?
But the way he does it is not good.
That's the thing. He wants everybody to be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, right?
Hi,
But as a
Sugar,
result of
welcome.
that,
yes, welcome.
We've just finished the summary, and we're
can you guys hear me?
astonished.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
We're just saying hi to the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just wondering how a single chapter is. You know what? I'm not that surprised. This has happened before. You remember after we got the backstory arc where we found out that little baby Tsukasa was like, "What? My brother's sick. I'm gonna jump into a demon hole."
Whoa. This person is saying that he's protective and caring towards Nene in this chapter, and I wouldn't call it that.
That's not protective and caring. It says the boy who is holding this child by the foot and then by the shirt.
And then he got tired of taking care of her and left her to his little, like, freaking ghost sperm minions.
It's like, I can understand where they might say protective, because he does, like, look after her to a certain degree.
Well, there's a reason. It's for his, like, it's for his own gain.
He needs her.
Yeah,
he
needs her to do what he wants.
That's why he didn't rip off her arms. Like, he knows he actually needs her.
I need your arm, actually. I need your arm to be intact.
Can you imagine if he could actually rip off her arm though and it still works? Oh my gosh, I don't want to go there.
Then he'd do it.
But yes, let's all agree that even though we have these chapters sometimes where it's like, oh no, Tsukasa has his good moments, he's still crazy.
He is still crazy,
He's still psychotic and dangerous, and he's a fantastic villain. Let's not take that away from him.
Villain. I love Tsukasa.
Tsukasa is one of the best villains I've ever experienced.
Literally, my favorite characters are always well-written villains.
Yeah,
so,
they're so cool.
Oh
right?
Yeah, that's mercy.
So
I disagree.
I'm also
disagree. You disagree. You disagree.
I respectfully disagree.
You disagree with the fact that some of my favorite villains are.
No, I disagree with Tsukasa. Well, I won't deny that Tsukasa is well written, but I just disagree. The how he's written is like my favorite. The type of villains. I like when they're kind of free thinking like that, but less childish.
Well,
that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I never said that was my favorite type. Like, childish villains were my favorite type of thing. I just like well-written villains, is what I mean. Just in general, are always my favorite. Well-written.
At least it's consistent.
I mean, I like the childish characteristics of Tsukasa because I find children to be terrifying.
I think they're funny, honestly, which makes it even better.
Childlike villains are some of the scariest for me because kids.
I just find it funny.
I swear, I think I'm convinced every kid is like a psychopath before they grow up and actually understand empathy is a
Every
thing.
kid is a psychopath.
We're all born
And then,
psychopaths, and then we
We just
learn
yes,
not
learn
to
not
be.
to be. But some people just don't grow out of it.
That's the theory.
the kids are evil. Like some of the things that they do, man.
We're talking about young kids. Let's not
Yeah,
alienate
yeah,
our audience. We're talking toddlers here.
Oh yes, yeah,
Little
like
babies.
little babies, yeah.
Watching the after school. Yes, we need to talk about the anime.
I
Absolutely.
haven't been watching it.
You haven't watched
No,
it
I
yet?
haven't watched it yet.
Oh no, we have to check it out.
I
So,
watched the first episode only,
oh
but
my,
the moke, oh my god.
y'all are so behind. You gotta catch
Well,
up.
it's not like I'm behind. I know what happens. I've read the chapter multiple times and I've listened to the audio drama.
But
the only difference is the animation. That's the only thing I'm missing out on. Which the animation in TBHK is not the best.
it's not amazing. It is.
I
It's been so fun to
I like
watch
it.
though, and I love
think
the
it's a nice-
love the ending sequence.
Oh yeah,
I think
That's
it's a
like the
nice
only thing I'm
charm
missing
to
out,
like
really.
specific
Which
is why I
to
haven't really-
THK.
Mhm.
The whole not really much animation going on, but it's still anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I really haven't been like. I haven't really felt like I really need to watch it right now because I'm like I've read After School Hanako-kun a bunch of times and I've listened to the audio drama a bunch of times. I think I'm fine to wait on it.
Yeah, but I need you to watch it because there were people asking about how it compares to the audio drama, and I don't remember the audio drama well enough to make the comparison.
Well, it's hard to judge Japanese voice acting if you don't speak Japanese, though.
That's true.
That's
I
so
don't know.
true.
I don't know if I could even judge it properly.
I don't know. Just asking which one was preferred. So
I don't think I'd care.
that's true.
I'm like a Japanese. How am I supposed to know? I don't know. I'm not usually really listening that much to the voice acting. I'm more focused on reading.
I've been loving the anime. Every time it pops up on Crunchyroll, it's like new episode. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch
I'm
it.
so
I kind of
upset
don't
that
know
Mother's
that
Basement
now,
didn't
so I
talk
haven't
about it.
seen-
Oh my
yeah,
god.
there's that. Yeah, it's adorable, and everyone needs to watch it. And everyone needs to watch the ending sequence because it's a really cute ending.
I will. Honestly, I was just planning on watching the anime once it was over and just binge watching it.
That works.
So I'm like,
Each episode is 9 minutes, so you can pretty much binge watch that in an
Oh
hour.
yeah, it's super easy to binge.
Do they have a new opening yet, Eleanor? I remember when I was watching, they didn't actually have an opening, just an ending.
Yeah.
It just starts, unless Crunchyroll's being dumb and not giving the opening for some reason. Crunchyroll has been known to be dumb sometimes. But yeah, I've loved it. But the chapter, as far as the chapter, Wizard of Oz, this keeps coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it keep coming back? At first I thought, it's just, why would I assume this? I thought it was just the play that Nene was doing, and I didn't think twice about it, but it keeps coming back now.
You didn't think there would be like a thematic, you didn't think that.
I know I should have. But I didn't.
I knew there was gonna be something to do with it. I just didn't know what. Because Adira always does some stuff on purpose. Every time, anything they insert into the story is on purpose.
Yeah, there's got to be a thematic connection there. So let's talk about that thematic connection with the Wizard of Oz. Kathy, thoughts?
If only I can remember anything whatsoever about Wizard of Oz.
Well, like I said, I've never actually seen the movie The Wizard of Oz, so
I've never read the book. I've seen the movie.
I've never read the book or seen the movie.
Here's the thing though. The movie is kind of renowned for having done something ridiculous with its ending that not a lot of people know about. The Wizard of Oz ending in the movie is movie original. In the book, Oz is real. It's a real place that she visited. And then the movie had her wake up. It's like, it was all a dream.
Yeah, I've heard about this, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
that was made up by the movies. So now I'm wondering if they're going with the if their inspiration is the movie or the book. I would assume the book. Ada Iro are more into book inspiration than they are into movie inspiration. But that changes what the thematic relevance could be. So,
But there's a whole thing with May, and she has a whole dream world thing that she can insert them into.
Yeah. Eleanor, not seeing the connection at all. I kind of am, in the sense that we have a lot of characters now that want a wish granted. And that's the whole shtick with The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
You've got a bunch of people on a journey together because they all want one wish granted. And if that's the connection, the ending of The Wizard of Oz is that there is no magic solution to your problems. That you've gotta compromise and make it work.
Well, that sounds pretty accurate to how I think TBHK would handle it, honestly.
Yeah, so that might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the it was all a dream ending. Yeah, that was a terrible decision. I don't know why they decided to do that. Why didn't they just commit to
I
doing
don't know. I've heard it was like something about like movie audiences or whatever.
They didn't think the audiences
Yeah.
were going to be as open to it, and so they were like, "Oh no, it was all a dream."
Yeah.
Well, most times their thoughts are wrong, and I think these directors need to understand that they don't know everything.
I'm sorry, talking about The Wizard of Oz so much is making me think about the one Phineas and Ferb episode we watched recently.
Oh yeah.
That's why I kept laughing.
It's almost like I planned it. I didn't plan.
I didn't think you planned it. And if you said you had planned it, I wouldn't believe you. Oh gosh.
Look, good coincidence is what it was, but yeah, I'm really interested to see where that goes, because it's gonna go somewhere. It's Ida Iro.
Everything goes somewhere.
It's gonna go somewhere.
In this story.
I wonder how it relates specifically to what Mirai is gonna do here with the judging thing.
Oh yeah. Not sure.
Oh god. What? What are you looking at me like that for?
No, nothing. No, I'm just trying to picture a courtroom scene, and of course, what's the game series? Phoenix, right? Is that what it is?
Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to get a Mirai versus Tsukasa fight? What's going to happen?
Well, I assume we're going to get a courtroom scene.
We are getting a courtroom scene.
I can't wait for it. It's gonna be probably really
But
interesting.
will Tsukasa, how will
scene.
Tsukasa appear in court? How will he appear in court? Tell me
I don't
how
know,
you
but
did drag
Tsukasa's
this
gonna represent
crazy
himself.
child.
Well, maybe there's something with the stamps that she put on them.
Probably.
Yeah.
I want flashbacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's a stamp going to do? She got both of them? I want something.
Well,
Wait, how are you going to try a child?
I know Mirai is
That's
like,
illegal. You
like-
can't try a child.
I know Mirai like resides over the future, not the past, which is why I wasn't really expecting any flashbacks from her.
Oh, you're right.
specifically,
There's not going to be flashbacks.
Right, it would have to
'cause
be
she's-
Kako, not Mirai.
Mhm. So what's that? Ooh, flash forwards? Potential futures.
Flash forward. Oh yeah, potential futures.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, like I don't know.
Wait, what are you guys
Potential
talking
futures
about?
Would be weird, huh?
What are you guys talking about?
Well, we're talking about what we think Mirai's like powers are gonna do.
Oh.
For like, cause like, Emma mentioned mentioned like a flashbacks, but then I was like, but that wouldn't make sense for Mirai because she resides over the future, not the past. So she was like, what if we get flash forwards, like we see potential futures, and like that sounds really cool. But then I remembered that everything's kind of a set timeline though, so I don't think there would be potential futures. There'd have to be one specific one.
There would have to be a specific one, and we know Nene's supposed to die.
Yeah.
So I don't know how far forward we could flash.
Yeah, that's the
other
thing.
than seeing her death potential. Which
That'd
would
be
be cool.
funny.
That would be
Oh
interesting.
yeah, right.
I'd love to see that.
Because like, if especially if they aren't like actually gonna have her die in the end, if we actually like get to see how she would die, that would be interesting.
That would be cool.
Well, that would be interesting.
Mhm.
And then they would come back from that
And
because
then
it
we
was
can
all a
traumatize
dream
Nene
or
like
something.
Yeah, and I don't know how that would work with Tsukasa though, because he already did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does have a future technically, just as a ghost.
I guess. We get to see Tsukasa's death. His second death.
His second death. Oh yeah, we'll get to see.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
Totally, we'll get to see.
Imagine-
when the
Imagine he comes back thrilled from that because Hanako killed him again. And he's like, oh my god.
Oh, it would be really cool if they did show us, what would happen if the seal got taken off of Tsukasa. If that's something, like, that would be too dangerous to actually happen and they're not planning to really do it. If they could just give us a peek of, like, this is what would happen. It's horrifying. It's awful. This is why we're not going to do it.
Well, I mean, if his seal got taken off, like Tsukasa, he'd just, like, disintegrate, right?
Theoretically.
Yeah, if he's Yorishiro, which he... Come on.
He's gotta be.
Yeah, it's, like, not confirmed, but it's confirmed.
It's not confirmed in the most technical of senses. Just, like, barely not confirmed.
It would be insane if it wasn't the case.
Yeah. I'd be mad.
Yeah, I'd be mad too.
At the point where it's like, there's no way. That would just be mean.
Yeah. So, yeah, he would just, like... disintegrate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more curious about Hanako's seal getting removed.
Yeah. What Hanako's seal would do would be more interesting.
Yeah.
If that's even going to come off, I can't think of a situation where that comes off.
I feel like it has to. They've teased it already.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they've teased it means it's gonna come back.
Because you know how it works in TVHK. If they've teased it, it's gonna come back. Much like the key.
I'm sorry, I don't
You know, I
believe
could have brought
the
up
fact
the
that Ida
key
would tease
before,
things and then not bring them
but I
back.
didn't.
I mean, we know that's just bad writing.
Yeah.
And Ida doesn't do bad writing.
No, they
don't. Yeah. I rest my case.
Can't be argued. Right, Kathy? There's no arguing with that. Ida Iro's good writing.
No one can argue with the fact that Ida Iro.
I mean, if they don't bring back the key, that doesn't negate all the good writing that they've done before. So technically,
yes, but it would be a bad writing decision.
And they don't do that.
It wouldn't negate their good writing, but it would be a bad writing decision, and they don't.
Yeah,
do
but
bad
it wouldn't
writing.
make them a bad writer.
No, it would be a bad writing decision though, and they don't do bad writing decisions. Like I said,
not everyone's perfect. So people make mistakes.
I'm trying to think of a single mistake they've made so far. This mistake they did made, they fixed. That one mistake with the dates.
Yeah.
That happened, they fixed that.
I remember that.
So the only mistake that I can remember them making they fixed. So...
You're right, Eleanor. The flash forward shows Nene using the key.
It all comes together. Genius. If that's actually true, I would laugh so hard.
I'm gonna ascend to a higher plane. If that happens.
Oh my god.
That would be so amazing. I wish so badly.
Oh god, I just don't know how the key would come into this, man. Just doesn't make any sense here.
Just you got to think more creatively, Kathy.
Yeah,
there's opportunities. Yeah. There's always an opportunity for the key to come back.
I mean, we're getting we could be getting a flash forward, and
That's
we have no
my
idea
job.
what that
My job is to critique the creative thinking and tell you guys that you're going too far.
We're going too far. Have you read this manga? What? Okay, we're going too far. Ida crossed the line of too far a long time ago. There's no too far anymore.
Might I remind you, Sumire Happy Meal?
Yeah, Sumire Happy Meal. Yeah. Yeah, like, how about, like, if we said that Sumire was gonna be turned into a Happy Meal, you'd probably call us crazy before that happened, but then it did.
After that, nothing is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the key coming back would be less crazy than that.
A lot less crazy than that. God, I hardly believe they actually did.
I forgot about that. To be honest. I just want a bit. And then you remind me, and then I remembered how messed up that was. Oh my god.
It's a very Happy Meal.
My gosh. Alright, anybody in the chat got questions? Throw them at us. Eleanor, any questions that you want us to address?
Questions about the key.
Any one of two persons watching right now got any questions?
Brandon,
do you have questions?
The person that doesn't actually read the manga.
Brandon, I know you know everything there is to know about TVHK, so you better have some questions ready.
Is he gonna throw it into an AI generator?
I hope so.
That would be pretty funny. I would love that. I can't can't think of any specific question I have about it.
Brandon just says,
"Oh, come on, man.
Brandon, that's not a question.
Even
I told you to ask a question. God damn it. Always a failure. All the time. Can't even do the same simple thing that I ask of you. Just ask a damn question.
He's gonna ask something.
Is there any
about TBHK specifically, and if you don't, you're still a failure.
Don't mind us. I swear we're not bullying. Well, we kind of are. It's okay. This is our dynamic.
I'm sorry. Oh. I don't care. I don't care that you're too busy looking at the JJK Reddit. Shut up. We aren't talking about JJK. Shut up. I don't care.
Yeah, let's get back to TBHK.
Yeah, the better manga. Sorry, what?
This is not a JJK podcast. We're not talking about that.
We're talking about the better manga.
God, I'm just looking through it again, and it's so funny that Tsukasa just throws this on Kokujodai. Like,
oh yeah.
I've never seen Tsukasa really treat Kokujodai the way Hanako treats Hakujodai. Usually Kokujodai is like just there. Usually with Sakura, not so much with him. Otherwise, he just uses them as weapons, kind of like exclusively.
Well, I guess earlier it was more Sakura, but then as it progressed, it was mostly just with him. Because once they unveiled Tsukasa, they were like, oh, well, we don't need to hide the fact that this is him anymore.
Yeah.
THK is definitely much better. At least we can agree on one thing.
Wow, I don't even want to know.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, TBHK is probably better than any manga because it's my favorite, and I can't think of like a single flaw with it. So
TBHK is incredible.
It's like, yeah, it's incredibly perfect, unbelievably perfect.
I wish I could forget everything and just reread. So that was a good time in my life when I was reading it for the first time. Oh my gosh,
I could reread it
wish.
as though I could just first experience. I hardly remember the first experience anymore.
I definitely do because I binged it. The manga.
I do. I was just asleep over with my friends, and instead of interacting with them as I should have done, I was reading manga.
You're right, Eleanor. TBHK is the best anime manga out.
TBHK is my favorite manga. It's probably always going to be my favorite manga. Always. It doesn't matter what else I read in the future. It's going to be my favorite.
As I look around.
You hear that, Ida Euro? Give us a feature sometime.
Yeah, right. All my TBHK merch.
Because Ida Euro definitely tunes into our podcast every month. So, like, they should definitely invite us to, like...
Oh, yeah.
Ida Euro, listen to me. I have so much merch. I give you so much money.
Ida Euro, we love you. They definitely listen to our podcast. For sure. Yeah, I can't think of any specific questions I have with this chapter. There wasn't much to...
Right, it was mostly just Tsukasa
there wasn't much, yeah.
with Nene for like a whole chapter, and then Mirai coming at the very end.
Yeah. Which is great. It was highly entertaining.
It was very entertaining, just not a lot of
lore
substance
bits there.
Yeah.
There weren't even any flowers for me to dissect.
Flowers.
I'm so disappointed.
What do you do without flowers?
No. Oh no. What do I do? Should I be looking into the thematic relevance of owls?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, not really, because owls are usually associated with clocks, so it's not much
True, yeah.
going on there.
I guess. Good. I don't want to associate. I don't want to have to do that research. No, thank you.
Well, I guess.
I mean,
we're out of questions then, right?
we'd already have to draw this podcast because. Yeah, because I mean, nothing much happened.
A little earlier because I have schoolwork to do.
Yeah, that's fine. Do we have predictions for the next chapter?
Yeah. Eleanor misses your flower analysis.
Are they going to poof into the court of law?
I hope they do.
TBHK, Ace Attorney.
Though I could also see a like POV shift.
I could see a POV shift.
Since we've been focusing on them for the last 2 chapters, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and next chapter is going to be an early chapter. That is correct. Yep. It's coming out a day early. Mm-hmm. Just 1 day early, but it is early.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. I can't think of any other specific predictions for the next chapter.
Well, I mean, if we stick with this group, then we'll probably get like a courtroom scene. But I think it's too early for that. I think we're gonna swap POVs.
We might swap POVs. I do I want to know. Like, I want to see the Akane Hanako Teru
We've
combo.
been away from them for too long.
Like, I need to see them just like actually interacting with each other because that's going to be so funny.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What? No, like Teru slander this time.
No, I was just thinking about they're just going to be the two racists, and one of the racists is actually like hating himself because he's the thing that he hates, and then there's going to be Hanako who is going to be the victim of the racism. That's all I was thinking of.
So Teru slander, like I said.
There was Teru. I knew there was some Teru slander in there.
I was waiting for it to happen. we can't go a single podcast without Cappy just spouting some Teru slander.
Much like, do they have a trio name?
Oh yeah, like the toilet trio, but I don't know.
They're not much. They're not much of a trio. They're barely been a trio, so they don't really have a name.
Well, they're a trio now, so
yeah, I want to give them an opportunity to be more of a trio. We should give them a name.
Do we remember that last arc? They weren't a trio. Like they were literally fighting each other.
Yeah, but this time they are. So
now they're working together.
They have become a trio. Also, trios don't have to be on like amicable terms with each other.
It's the racism trio.
The race. That makes them sound way worse than me.
Isn't a race?
We have the racist, the
racist,
and the
racist.
The racy.
Well, Hanako hates himself.
The racy.
The racy.
Wait, that's perfect, actually.
The racist, the more racist, and the racy.
The racy.
The racy.
Because they're racist towards him, but also Hanako has racy behavior. See, it's a double meaning.
Oh my god, I think this is getting bad. We should wrap it up. Wrap it up before YouTube gets mad. But yeah, it's a bit early, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about next time. We'll have more After School Hanako-kun that is out too.
Absolutely, and maybe I'll have watched it by then.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what will have happened. So thank you everybody who
I think it's
popped
incredible
in.
That we've even got the 47 minutes.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Sorry it was late. Stuff happened. I'm on a trip. Things got really busy.
Mm-hmm.
But we're glad we had people here and we got to do this anyway. And we will see you next month a little bit earlier for the next chapter.
Exciting.
So bye everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, guys.